Les bambineries.
There once was a man who had 2 wives. Each of them had a daughter. Then one day, the kind wife passed away, leaving behind a sweet and obedient daughter, Koumba, the one without a mother. Her stepmother, however, raised her own daughter in comfort and ease, while poor Koumba worked from dawn until nightfall. Their father, weak and fearful, said nothing. And so, every single day, Koumba carried alone the weight of the household. One morning, while washing the dishes, Koumba forgot a single wooden spoon. Her stepmother burst into the kitchen, furious. "Koumba, you didn't even wash the spoon." "Forgive me, mother," Koumba whispered. "I forgot." "You dare talk back?" shouted the woman. "Take it to the sea and wash it there, and don't come back until it shines like the sun." With tears in her eyes, Koumba obeyed. She took the road, holding the spoon in her hand, her heart heavy, yet full of patience. She walked for 2 days and 2 nights, through dust, heat, and silence. But her faith carried her forward. By the roadside, a jujube tree was shaking its own branches. Koumba stopped, knelt down, and greeted it. "Peace be upon you, noble tree." The tree answered, "Where are you going, well-mannered child?" "My stepmother sent me to wash this spoon in the sea," said Koumba. The tree, touched by her kindness, offered her its fruit. "Take these jujubes, child, and may God guide your steps." Koumba smiled gratefully and continued her journey. Farther along, she came across a clay pot, boiling by itself over a small fire. She bowed and greeted it as well. "Peace to you, noble pot." The pot replied, "Where are you going, young lady?" "I am going to wash this spoon in the sea," Koumba said. The pot, moved by her gentleness, offered her some food. "Taste a little, my child. May God guide your steps." Koumba ate gratefully, thanked the pot, and went on her way. As the sun began to set, she met an old woman, a strange woman with 1 arm, 1 leg, 1 eye, and 1 ear. Koumba knelt down respectfully. "Where are you going, my little girl?" asked the woman. "Grandmother," said Koumba softly, "my stepmother sent me to wash this spoon in the sea." Touched by her humility, the old woman gave her a white bone and a grain of millet. "Take these," she said, "and put them in the pot." Koumba obeyed, and at once the bone filled the pot with tender meat, and the grain filled the mortar with golden couscous. The 2 ate together in silence, and for the first time in days, Koumba felt peace. That night, as darkness fell, the old woman warned her, "My children are wild beasts. Hide under the bed and use these needles if they come close." Koumba did as she was told. Soon, lions, hyenas, and jackals entered the hut. She pricked them gently with her needles, and the angry beasts fled into the night, never seeing her. At dawn, the old woman smiled. "You are brave, my child. Here, take these 3 eggs. Break the first in the middle of the bush, the second when you see your village, and the last in front of your home." Koumba thanked her and set out once again. She walked through the bush, and when she broke the first egg, a group of armed horsemen sprang from the light, riding ahead to protect her. Then she broke the second egg. Lions and panthers leapt forth, guarding her path back to her village.
And finally, at the entrance of her home, she broke the last egg, and gold, drums, and songs filled the sky. Koumba returned home radiant and shining, dressed like a princess, surrounded by blessings. The villagers stared in wonder. Even her cruel stepmother was speechless. From that day forward, the little orphan became a respected young woman, loved by all for her patience and her heart. And that is how the journey of Koumba-Without-Mother came to an end. Because patience always brings its own reward.
New videos every week. Subscribe so you don't miss anything.